blood, betrayal, and the return that nobody saw coming. The ring is about to become a war zone, alliances are about to shatter into a million pieces, and before this night is over, the Vision is going to prove why they are the most dangerous faction in all of WWE. CM Punk, the World Heavyweight Champion, thought he could control the chaos. Rey Mysterio, the legendary lookator, thought his experience would be enough. But Austin Theory and Bronson Reed? They're about to teach these veterans a lesson in pain that neither of them will ever forget. And somewhere in the shadows, somewhere beyond the curtain, forces are gathering that could change everything. This is Monday Night Raw, December 22nd, 2025, and what you're about to witness will leave you speechless. The lights are blazing inside the Van Andel Arena in Grand Rapids, Michigan. The crowd is on their feet, screaming, chanting, the energy is absolutely electric. You can feel it through the screen. This is what we live for. This is where careers are made and legends are broken. And tonight, oh tonight, we're about to see something special. Paul Heyman opens the show, and you already know when the wise man speaks, everybody listens. He's standing there with that smirk on his face, that knowing look in his eyes, and beside him is Austin Theory. The same Austin Theory who was revealed as the masked assailant just 1 week ago. The same Austin Theory who helped Logan Paul defeat Rey Mysterio in one of the most shocking betrayals we've seen all year. And now, Theory is standing next to Paul Heyman, which means only one thing. The Vision is recruiting. The Vision is growing. And the Vision is coming for everyone. Heyman's voice cuts through the arena like a knife. He talks about power, about dominance, about how the Vision sees everything before it happens. And then he drops the bomb. Tonight, in the main event, it's going to be CM Punk and Rey Mysterio taking on 2 members of the Vision. The crowd erupts. Because they know what this means. They know CM Punk has been battling the Vision for months now. They know Rey Mysterio has unfinished business with Austin Theory after what happened last week. And they know that when these 4 men collide, it's going to be absolute carnage. But before we get there, before we reach that main event explosion, we have to talk about the opener. Rhea Ripley vs. Asuka. 2 of the most dominant women in WWE history, 2 warriors who have won every championship, defeated every opponent, and left destruction in their wake. The Nightmare versus the Empress of Tomorrow. This is the kind of match that could steal the show, and you better believe both women know it. The bell rings, and immediately, these 2 are throwing everything they have at each other. Rhea with her raw power, her devastating strikes, that intensity in her eyes that tells you she's not here to play games. And Asuka, the master technician, the woman who can counter anything, strikes with surgical precision, every move calculated, every attack designed to break you down piece by piece. Rhea grabs Asuka, lifts her up, slams her down with a massive vertical suplex that shakes the entire ring. The crowd is losing their minds. This is awesome, chants are already breaking out and we're only 2 minutes into this match. Rhea picks Asuka up again, whips her into the ropes, goes for a big boot, but Asuka ducks under, hits the ropes on the other side, comes flying back with a running hip attack that sends Rhea stumbling into the corner. Asuka doesn't waste a second. She charges in, unleashes a flurry of strikes, kicks to the midsection, chops across the chest, a spinning backfist that connects flush on Rhea's jaw. You can hear the impact. You can see the pain flash across Rhea's face. But the Nightmare isn't backing down. She grabs Asuka by the throat, pushes her back, explodes out of the corner with a massive clothesline that nearly takes Asuka's head off. This is brutal. This is exactly what we expected. 2 absolute warriors giving everything they have, neither willing to back down, neither willing to show weakness. Rhea pulls Asuka to her feet, sets her up for the riptide. The crowd is on their feet because they know if this hits, it's over. Rhea lifts, but Asuka counters mid-air, slides down Rhea's back, rolls her up from behind. The referee drops down. 1, 2, Rhea kicks out. Both women back to their feet instantly. Asuka charges, Rhea goes for another clothesline, Asuka ducks, grabs the arm, transitions into a crossface attempt. She's trying to lock it in, trying to make Rhea tap, but the Nightmare is too strong, too powerful. She powers out, gets to her feet with Asuka still clinging to her back, and drives Asuka into the corner, crushing her against the turnbuckles. The match continues at this insane pace. Back and forth, neither woman able to gain a clear advantage. Asuka hits a German suplex. Rhea responds with a headbutt. Asuka lands a Shining Wizard. Rhea answers with a brutal powerbomb. This is what wrestling is all about. This is 2 of the best in the world proving exactly why they belong at the top. And then it happens. Rhea goes for the riptide again, lifts Asuka up, but the Empress of Tomorrow counters with a roll-up. She grabs Rhea's tights, pulls her down, the referee doesn't see it, counts. 1, 2, 3. Asuka steals the victory. The crowd explodes. Rhea Ripley is in absolute shock. She can't believe it. Asuka rolls out of the ring with that sinister smile on her face, knowing she just pulled off the upset of the night. Rhea is arguing with the referee, pointing at her tights, trying to tell him what happened, but it doesn't matter. The decision is final. Asuka wins, and the Nightmare has been handed her first loss in weeks. You can feel the frustration radiating from Rhea as she slams the mat. This loss is going to eat at her. This loss is going to fuel her. And you better believe the Empress of Tomorrow just put a massive target on her back because Rhea Ripley is not going to forget this. But we don't have time to dwell on what just happened because there's more action coming your way. Backstage, we see Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman in a heated discussion. The topic? whether Austin Theory should be allowed to officially join the Vision. Breakker looks skeptical. Reed seems indifferent. But Heyman, the manipulator, the puppet master, is making his case. He sees something in Theory. He sees potential. He sees someone who can help the Vision dominate Raw for years to come. This backstage segment is building tension, because the Vision has been unstoppable. Braun Breakker, the destructive powerhouse. Bronson Reed, the mountain of a man who crushes everything in his path. And now possibly Austin Theory, the young star with unlimited potential who just proved he'll do whatever it takes to succeed. If Theory officially joins the Vision, CM Punk is going to have even more problems than he already has. And trust me, he already has plenty. The show continues, and we get more incredible action. J. Yvonne Evans takes on Rayo Americano in a showcase of speed and athleticism. Evans, the rising star who impressed at Saturday night's main event, picks up the victory and continues his momentum. The women's division is heating up as tensions within Judgment Day reach a boiling point. Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez seem united, but Raquel Rodriguez is distancing herself from the group. Something is about to explode within that faction, and when it does, it's going to be messy. Now, before we get to the main event, before we talk about what happens when CM Punk and Rey Mysterio step into the ring with the Vision, I need you to do something for me. I need you to hit that like button right now. Seriously. If you're feeling the emotion, if you're invested in these stories, if you love wrestling as much as I do, smash that like button. Subscribe to SLAMZONE if you haven't already because we are a family here. We go through these moments together. We celebrate together. We feel the pain together. And I don't want you to miss a single second of what's coming. Hit that notification bell so you know exactly when I drop new videos breaking down all the biggest moments in wrestling. Join the family. We're all in this together. Alright, now let's talk about the main event. Let's talk about the match that everyone has been waiting for. CM Punk and Rey Mysterio vs. Bronson Reed and Austin Theory. This isn't just any tag team match. This is personal. This is about revenge, about respect, about proving who really runs Monday Night Raw. The music hits. CM Punk walks out first, the World Heavyweight Championship over his shoulder, that fire in his eyes that tells you he's ready for war. The crowd is chanting CM Punk. CM Punk, and you can feel the support, you can feel the energy he brings every single time he steps through that curtain. Punk is on a mission. He's been fighting the Vision for months, and he's not going to stop until every single member of that faction is laid out at his feet. Then Rey Mysterio's music hits, and the legend himself makes his entrance. The master of the 619, the man who has inspired an entire generation of wrestlers with his high-flying style and never-say-die attitude. But there's something different tonight. You can see it in Rey's body language. He's still feeling the effects of Austin Theory's attack from last week. That betrayal is still fresh. That anger is still burning. And Rey wants nothing more than to get his hands on Theory and make him pay. The Vision's music hits next, and out comes Bronson Reed and Austin Theory. Reed, the massive Australian powerhouse who has been destroying everyone in his path. And Theory, wearing his new gear, looking more confident than ever, knowing he has the backing of Paul Heyman and the Vision behind him. These two look ready. They look focused. And they look dangerous. The bell rings, and this match starts with an explosion. Punk and Theory are going to start things off, and immediately Punk is on the attack. Forearms to the face, chops across the chest, backing Theory into the corner. The champion is unleashing all his frustration, all his anger, and Theory is trying to cover up, trying to survive the initial onslaught. Punk whips Theory into the opposite corner, charges in with a running knee that connects flush. Theory stumbles out, and Punk grabs him, executes a perfect snap suplex, floats over for a cover. 1, 2, Theory kicks out. The match has barely started and Punk is already trying to end it. That's the intensity he brings. That's the champion mentality. Theory scrambles to his corner, tags in Bronson Reed, and now the whole dynamic changes. Reed steps over the top rope, and the size difference is staggering. This man is a legitimate monster. Punk doesn't back down though. He's faced bigger, he's faced meaner, and he's not about to show fear now. Punk charges at Reed with strikes, but Reed absorbs them, barely flinches, and then shoves Punk across the ring like he weighs nothing. The crowd gasps. That's the power of Bronson Reed. That's what CM Punk is dealing with. Reed stalks toward Punk, picks him up, lifts him high in the air and slams him down with a devastating body slam that shakes the ring. Reed goes for a cover. 1, 2, Punk kicks out, but you can see this match is going to be a war. Punk rolls toward his corner, and Rey Mysterio is reaching out, desperate for the tag. The crowd is chanting for Rey, they want to see the master lookator in action. Punk crawls, Reed grabs his leg, but Punk kicks him off and makes the tag. Rey springboards into the ring with a flying crossbody that takes Reed down. The crowd erupts. Rey is moving at lightning speed, kicks to Reed's legs, trying to chop down the big man. A dropkick to the knee that sends Reed down to one knee. Rey hits the ropes, comes back with a basement dropkick that sends Reed into the ropes. This is it. This is 619 position. The crowd is on their feet, they can feel it coming. Rey charges, swings around for the 619, but Austin Theory pulls Reed out of the ring at the last second. The crowd boos. Theory just saved his partner, and Rey is furious. Rey looks at Theory, gets a running start, flies through the ropes with a suicide dive that takes out both Reed and Theory on the outside. The crowd is absolutely losing their minds. This is awesome. This is awesome. Rey throws Theory back into the ring, climbs to the top rope. He's going for something big, you can feel it. Rey measures Theory, leaps off with a picture-perfect frog splash. He hooks the leg. 1, 2. Reed breaks up the pin. The big man just saved the match for his team. Now all 4 men are in the ring, and chaos has erupted. The referee has lost control. Punk charges at Reed, Reed catches him, lifts him up for a powerbomb, but Punk counters with a Hurricane Rana. Reed stumbles into the corner. Theory is back on his feet, charges at Rey, but Rey pulls down the top rope and Theory goes flying to the outside. Punk and Rey are standing tall in the center of the ring. The crowd is chanting their names. This is their moment. This is their chance to put away the Vision and send a message. But then, Paul Heyman appears on the entrance ramp. He's not alone. Behind him, emerging from the back, is Braun Breaker. The destructive powerhouse, the man who has been tormenting CM Punk, is making his way to the ring. Punk sees him coming. The distraction is working. Theory slides back into the ring behind Rey Mysterio. The referee is trying to restore order. Theory grabs Rey from behind, lifts him up, delivers his signature move. Theory covers Rey. The referee turns around, sees the pin, counts. 1, 2, 3. Austin Theory just pinned Rey Mysterio. The Vision wins. And the celebration is just beginning because Braun Breaker slides into the ring, and before Punk can react, spear. Breaker just destroyed the World Heavyweight Champion with one of the most devastating spears you'll ever see. Punk is laid out in the center of the ring. Breaker stands over Punk, places his foot on the champion's head in a show of absolute dominance. The Vision stands tall. Theory, Reed, and Breaker, all 3 men standing over the fallen bodies of CM Punk and Rey Mysterio. Heyman is on the outside with that sinister smile, knowing his plan worked to perfection. The crowd is stunned. The boos are deafening. And the Vision has just sent the loudest message possible. CM Punk is the World Heavyweight Champion, but right now, he doesn't look like it. Right now, he looks like a man who's in over his head. The Vision has the numbers. They have the power. They have the momentum. And most importantly, they have Paul Heyman, the greatest strategist in WWE history, orchestrating every move. This isn't over. Not by a long shot. Because CM Punk is scheduled to defend his World Heavyweight Championship against Braun Breaker on January 5th in Brooklyn. That match is already set. And after what we just witnessed, after the beating Punk just took, you have to wonder if he can survive. You have to wonder if the Vision is about to add the World Heavyweight Championship to their list of accomplishments. But here's what makes this story so compelling. Here's what makes this so emotional. CM Punk has always been the underdog. He's always been the guy who fights against impossible odds. He's always been the man who refuses to quit no matter how many times he gets knocked down. And even though he's lying in that ring right now, even though the Vision just made a statement at his expense, you know Punk isn't done. You know he's going to get back up. You know he's going to fight back with everything he has. Rey Mysterio too. The legend, the master, the man who has spent his entire career overcoming larger opponents and impossible situations. Austin Theory got the win tonight, but this rivalry is far from over. Rey Mysterio has too much pride, too much heart, to let this betrayal go unpunished. He's going to get his revenge. It's only a matter of when. And what about Roman Reigns? We didn't see the tribal chief tonight, but make no mistake, he's watching. He's always watching. The OTC knows what the Vision is doing. He knows they're trying to dominate Raw. And when Roman decides to make his move, when he decides to step back into the spotlight, everything is going to change. Because Roman Reigns doesn't lose. Roman Reigns doesn't back down. And Roman Reigns certainly doesn't let anyone take his spot as the top guy on Monday Night Raw. The stage is set. The battle lines have been drawn. CM Punk versus The Vision. Rey Mysterio versus Austin Theory. And looming in the background, the potential return of Roman Reigns to shake everything up. We're heading into the final weeks of 2025, and Monday Night Raw is about to explode with intensity unlike anything we've seen all year. Other major announcements from tonight make the future even more exciting. The Usos are challenging AJ Styles and Dragon Lee for the World Tag Team Championships on December 29th. That's going to be an instant classic. The Usos, the greatest tag team of this generation, going up against the current champions in what promises to be a war. Also announced for December 29th, a Women's World Championship triple threat match. Stephanie Vacher defending against Raquel Rodriguez and Nikki Bella. The women's division is on fire right now, and this match has all the ingredients to be something special. 3 incredible athletes, 1 championship, and only 1 woman can walk out as the champion. And on January 5th, in addition to CM Punk defending his World Heavyweight Championship against Braun Breaker, Becky Lynch will challenge Maxine Dupri for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Becky made her return tonight, but things didn't go as planned when Maxine made her tap out again. The disrespect. The humiliation. Becky Lynch, one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time, is being embarrassed by Maxine Dupri. But don't count the man out. Becky is a fighter. She's a champion. And she's going to prove why she's still one of the best in the world. Raw is heading into 2026 with more momentum, more storylines, and more intensity than ever before. This is what we live for. This is what makes wrestling the greatest form of entertainment on the planet. The drama, the athleticism, the storytelling, the emotion. It all comes together to create moments that we'll remember forever. Before I let you go, before we wrap this up, I need you to do one more thing for me. Share this video. Send it to your friends who love wrestling. Post it on social media. Let's spread the word about SLAMZONE and build this family even bigger. Comment below and tell me what you thought of tonight's Raw. Are you worried about CM Punk heading into his championship defense? Do you think the Vision is going to take over Raw completely? What about Roman Reigns? When do you think he's going to return and shake everything up? I want to hear from you because that's what makes this community special. We're not just viewers. We're not just fans. We're a family that shares this passion for professional wrestling. And I want to know what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and what you're expecting as we head into the biggest time of year for WWE. SLAMZONE will be here every single week, breaking down every Raw, every SmackDown, every premium live event. We're going to analyze the matches, discuss the storylines, and give you the best wrestling content on YouTube. But I can't do it without you. So subscribe, turn on those notifications, and make sure you never miss an episode. Tonight was just the beginning. The Vision made a statement. CM Punk got laid out. Rey Mysterio suffered another loss at the hands of Austin Theory. But this story is far from over. Punk is going to fight back. Rey is going to get his revenge. And when the dust settles, we're going to look back at December 22nd, 2025, as the night that set everything in motion for the biggest confrontations of 2026. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting SLAMZONE. Thank you for loving professional wrestling as much as I do. This is what it's all about. This is where legends are made, where moments become memories, and where the impossible becomes reality. Until next time, keep watching, keep supporting, and remember, we're all in this together. This is SLAMZONE, and I'll see you next week for more incredible wrestling action. Stay strong, stay passionate, and never stop believing in the power of professional wrestling.